Eckhart Tolle, a renowned author and spiritual teacher, offers a profound and revolutionary perspective on the power of presence and consciousness in daily life. His teachings invite us to abandon the chaos of the mind and reconnect with the present moment, the only place where life truly happens. He challenges us to move beyond resistance to what is, freeing ourselves from the prison of incessant thoughts and aligning with the essence of being. In Tolle's words, the practice of presence is not merely an individual exercise, it is a powerful key to personal and collective transformation. From mindfulness in small daily tasks to the radical acceptance of the now, he shows us how a life connected to presence can pave the way to purpose, harmony, and a more meaningful existence. This text explores his central ideas, from the importance of cultivating acceptance to the transformative impact that presence can have on our relationships, actions, and even the world around us. Life does not happen in the past or the future. It unfolds in the present moment, in the now. Often, in everyday life, we find ourselves waiting, whether for a bus, a message, or even for a better moment. During these times, we typically fall into the trap of distracting ourselves with thoughts or worries. But what if, instead, we used these situations as opportunities to connect with the present? For example, when in nature, you notice that everything around you exists in the now. Trees are not worried about tomorrow, nor do rivers flow in search of the past. Everything simply is. This natural state of acceptance can serve as an invitation for you to anchor yourself in the present. Similarly, at night, when anxious thoughts arise, you can realize that worrying is not only futile, but also harmful. At such moments, surrendering to the flow of your breath or feeling the sensations in your body can bring you back to the present. Practicing presence is like cultivating an inner garden. The more attention you give it, the stronger and more vibrant it becomes. This energy grows within you, creating a space of calm and clarity. As a result, when larger situations or unexpected challenges arise, you already have a solid foundation of presence to face them with confidence and balance. This practice does not require you to abandon your activities or goals. However, at times, it can be helpful to set aside some time just to be. Walking leisurely in a park, observing the waves of the sea, or even cycling in silence are ways to connect with presence. During these periods, an unusual, almost inexplicable sense of a greater purpose in simply existing may emerge. Delving deep within yourself, diving into the silence of the present, is often a necessary step before making an impact on the world. It is like filling a container. The fuller it is, the more it can overflow. The more presence you access, the more deeply you connect with your essence and the life around you. The practice of presence, therefore, is not merely a personal act. It is a contribution to the whole. The consciousness you cultivate within yourself resonates, reaching others, touching lives, and, almost imperceptibly, transforming the world around you. After all, the essence of life is consciousness, and it seeks to emerge in every moment, in every being. This is not a process that happens overnight. Finding presence requires an initial effort to train your mind to enter this state whenever you desire. At first, it may seem challenging, as we are accustomed to living on autopilot, guided by incessant thoughts and automatic emotional reactions. However, with consistent practice, you can transform this effort into a natural habit. Being present means being fully connected to the current moment, without the weight of the past or anxiety about the future. This does not mean ignoring your responsibilities or plans, but learning to handle them more consciously and balancedly. When we are present, we can observe our thoughts without getting lost in them. This state allows us to make clearer decisions and act in ways more aligned with our values and goals. One of the most effective tools for cultivating presence is the practice of meditation. Dedicating a few minutes of your day to simply sitting in silence, focusing on your breath, or observing your thoughts without judgment can bring profound changes. Moreover, mindfulness can be incorporated into simple daily activities such as walking, eating, or even washing dishes. The key is to do these things with total attention, noticing every detail, sensation, and emotion that arises in the moment. Another important aspect is understanding that presence is more than a technique. It is a way of living. It is a commitment to being more conscious, more connected with yourself and the world around you. It is also a practice of compassion and patience, as there will be days when it is harder to remain present, and that is okay. The important thing is to keep returning to the present moment, even if you need to start over multiple times. Over time, you will begin to notice the benefits of this practice. Presence reduces stress, improves focus, strengthens relationships, and promotes a sense of inner peace that no external circumstance can shake. More than that, being present reconnects you with your essence, helping you to live more authentically and fully. It is as if you step out of the incessant mental noise and begin to hear the wisdom that resides within you. Remember, being present is not something you achieve and then stop. It is a continuous process, a journey, and every moment of presence you experience will be a step on this journey of self-discovery, emotional healing, and spirituality. The impact that each person can have on the world is not tied solely to their external actions, but primarily to the depth of their inner connection. It's not just about what you do, but about how you do it, and the quality of presence you bring to your actions. Before transforming the world around you, it is necessary to dive deeply into yourself. This dive is not a retreat from the world, but preparation to interact with it more meaningfully. Often people seek external changes without realizing that the true power for change begins within. What distinguishes ordinary actions from extraordinary ones is the level of consciousness present in the person performing them. If you are disconnected from your essence, any action will be limited by that disconnection. But when you align with the present and access the essence of who you truly are, your actions stop being mere personal efforts and become expressions of something greater. The depth of transformation you can generate in the world is directly proportional to the depth of presence you access within yourself. You cannot share what you have not yet found. When you connect to the inner silence, to the thoughtless space where pure consciousness resides, you become a bridge between what is essential and what is manifested in the world. This presence does not need effort to shine. It is simply there, naturally and powerfully influencing everything. This is why many spiritual masters and seekers throughout history have spent periods in deep introspection, whether through meditation, retreats, or isolation. This time is not an escape, but a process of preparation. It is necessary to dig deep to find the source of pure water. Once this connection is established, doing ceases to be forced and begins to flow in a spontaneous and authentic way. The universe, which can be understood as expanding consciousness, values and nurtures this depth. It is in constant motion, seeking to manifest in increasingly conscious forms. This evolutionary process does not occur only in distant galaxies or cosmic phenomena. It happens within each of us, in the small moments when we choose presence. Every time you align yourself with the consciousness of the now, you contribute to this universal movement of expansion. It is fascinating to realize that the impact generated by this connection does not depend on the size or visibility of your actions. Sometimes, the greatest transformations begin in seemingly simple moments. A genuine smile, a kind word spoken with attention, or even the silent presence in a conflict situation can cause waves of change that spread invisibly but powerfully. And for those still asking, "What is my purpose? What should I be doing with my life?" The answer lies in the now. Purpose is not something you need to find, but something you need to live. You are where you are meant to be at this moment, doing what you are meant to do, and with whom you are meant to be. From this radical acceptance of the present, whatever needs to emerge will do so naturally. However, this does not mean stagnation or complacency. Accepting the now is the starting point for any true transformation. When you stop resisting the present moment, a creative flow opens up. In this state of acceptance, profound insights often arise, revealing new paths, relationships, and opportunities. These movements do not come from a place of anxiety or fear, but from a space of clarity and alignment. For example, a person who dreams of becoming an actor but temporarily works in a restaurant might begin to see their current job not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity to practice presence. If they perform their tasks with attention, care, and love, they not only transform their daily experience, but also attract the necessary conditions for their true calling to manifest. The universe responds to the quality of energy you emanate, and this energy is determined by your connection to the present. If you are constantly in internal conflict, resisting what is, your actions will carry that resistance. But if you fully accept the moment, your actions will become natural expressions of balance and harmony, and the universe will conspire to support your journey. Thus, the path to impacting the world begins with the commitment to being present in your own life. This commitment is not heavy or obligatory. It is a choice to honor the moment as it is, without judgment or expectation. From this foundation, whatever you do will be infused with authenticity and power. Being present is the most revolutionary act anyone can undertake, because it transforms not only oneself, but also everything and everyone around them. This is how true change happens. Not through grand dramatic gestures, but through the constancy of small actions performed with consciousness and love. The practice of presence is like opening a door to a new way of living, where the experience of now becomes the foundation for all choices and actions. Often, we are led to believe that life happens at some future point, when we achieve our goals, correct our mistakes, or finally have time to truly live. However, this mindset keeps us trapped in a cycle of dissatisfaction, perpetuating the belief that the now is never enough. But when you stop and surrender to the present moment, something extraordinary happens. The weight of the past and the anxiety for the future dissolve, leaving a space where life can actually be lived. This space of presence is not empty. On the contrary, it is vibrant, full of possibilities. And it is there that you find your true power. One of the great discoveries of practicing presence is how it changes the way you perceive and interact with the world around you. Situations that once seemed unbearable or monotonous can transform into opportunities for learning and growth. Something as simple as washing dishes or waiting in line can become a moment of active meditation. You are no longer stuck in the belief that happiness will come only after external conditions change. It is already here, in the now. This does not mean you should passively accept everything that happens. Presence is not conformism, but a state of openness. When you are present, your mind is clear, and you can act more effectively and creatively. For example, if you are in an unsatisfying work situation, accepting the present moment does not mean you must stay there forever. Instead, this acceptance creates an inner space where you can clearly see what needs to be done, whether transforming your attitude toward the job or seeking a new opportunity. Presence also has a profound impact on our relationships. When you are truly present, you offer something rare and valuable: your full attention. In a world filled with distractions, giving someone your attention is an act of love and respect. This presence can diffuse conflicts, strengthen connections, and create an environment where authentic communication flows naturally. Imagine a couple who decide to practice presence in their daily interactions. Instead of impulsively reacting to each other's words or actions, they learn to observe their own thoughts and emotions before responding. This simple shift can transform the dynamics of the relationship, reducing unnecessary conflicts and fostering a deeper connection. Additionally, presence is contagious. When you are aligned with the present moment, the people around you feel it, even if unconsciously. A simple example is a waiter or waitress who performs their job with care and attention. Even in a busy environment, this person exudes calmness and dedication, creating a more pleasant experience for everyone around them. Small acts done with presence can have a greater impact than we often realize. This ability to influence the environment around you is a testament to the transformative power of presence. When you become a present person, you also become a point of stability in a world full of uncertainties. And this power is not reserved only for grand moments or special situations. It manifests in the small daily choices, in how you respond to a critical comment, in the patience you show in a difficult situation, or in the attention you give to someone who needs to be heard. Perhaps the most remarkable aspect of presence is how it attracts the right circumstances and people into your life. This is not magic or mysticism, but a natural consequence of being aligned with yourself and the present moment. When you act from a state of presence, your choices reflect that clarity, and the universe responds accordingly. For instance, imagine you are searching for a greater purpose in your life. Instead of getting lost in worries about the future, you choose to focus on being present in the now. This state of presence can bring unexpected insights, open doors you didn't even know existed, and guide you to the right path without needing to force or struggle against circumstances. Being present also means trusting the flow of life. This is not resignation, but a deep understanding that life has its own rhythm, and that resisting it only creates suffering. When you stop resisting and begin to flow with the present moment, you discover that there is a greater intelligence guiding everything. Your actions are no longer driven by fear or ego, but become natural expressions of what is necessary in each situation. When you live this way, your life becomes a living testimony to the power of presence. You become an inspiration to others, not because you are trying to teach or change anyone, but simply because you are living authentically. Your presence creates a space where others feel safe and encouraged to explore their own connection to the now. Ultimately, the practice of presence is not something you achieve once and for all. It is an ongoing process. There will be moments when you feel disconnected, distracted, or even frustrated. This is part of the journey. The important thing is to remember that the path back to the now is always available. No matter where you are or what you are facing, you can pause, breathe, and reconnect with the present at any time. Living a present life is more than a spiritual practice. It is a way of honoring life in all its complexity and beauty. It is a commitment to be fully here, now, and to let the present moment serve as the foundation for everything you do. This is the true transformation, one that begins within you but inevitably expands to touch the world around you. When you cultivate presence in your life, an interesting phenomenon begins to occur. The greater purpose, that deep sense of fulfillment so many people seek, no longer feels like an endless search. It starts to emerge naturally, like a flower blooming in its own time. This happens because presence aligns you with the reality of the moment, removing the noise of expectations, fears, and distractions. Discovering a greater purpose does not mean identifying one grand thing you must do. Often, it resides in the small actions and everyday moments. It's in the way you greet a stranger, the patience you show to someone who is learning, or the care you take in preparing a meal. Purpose is not something to be found outside of you. It is already here, revealing itself in the way you live. Paradoxically, it is by fully accepting the now that you can be guided toward significant changes in your life. When you surrender to the present moment, clarity arises. This clarity can bring profound insights about what you truly want, what you need to let go of, and how you wish to contribute to the world. For instance, someone might spend years working in a job that does not reflect their passions, believing they will eventually find something better. But by practicing presence, this person may realize that rejecting their current reality blocks their ability to change. By fully accepting where they are, they may find the strength to explore new opportunities or even transform their current experience into something meaningful. This practice shifts the question from, "What do I want from life?" to a more powerful one. "What does life want from me in this moment?" This change in perspective is liberating because it moves the focus away from the ego and toward alignment with the flow of existence. Instead of trying to control the future, you become a collaborator with the present, allowing life to guide you to places you might never have imagined. Another area where the transformative power of presence becomes evident is in interpersonal relationships. We live in a world where connections are often superficial, mediated by screens, and interrupted by constant distractions. Presence is a powerful antidote to this. When you are present with someone, you are not just listening to the words they say. You are perceiving their energy, their emotions, and what is being communicated beyond the verbal. This creates a space where the other person feels seen, heard, and understood. Something rare and valuable. Imagine a typical conversation between two people. Most of the time, both are merely waiting for their turn to speak, or thinking about their response, while the other person is still talking. This creates an invisible barrier. But when you practice presence, you truly listen. You are not planning what to say next, or judging what is being said. You are simply there, present, with the other person. This kind of presence can diffuse conflicts before they escalate. In an argument, for example, when one person is present, they can recognize that the other person's anger is often not personal, but an expression of pain or frustration. Instead of reacting defensively, the present person can respond with empathy, turning the conflict into an opportunity for connection. Moreover, presence benefits not only others, but also yourself. By being present in your interactions, you start to notice how much every person, every moment, and every experience has to teach you. You are no longer just getting through the day or your relationships. You are fully living each one. The impact of presence is not limited to the individual level. When many people begin to practice presence, a collective transformation becomes possible. Imagine a society where more people are conscious, connected, and acting from a state of clarity and compassion. What would a world look like where decisions, from the most personal to the most global, were made based on presence rather than fear or greed? Such a world may seem utopian, but it starts with each individual. The practice of presence in your life creates a ripple effect. By positively influencing those around you, you help to create an environment where more people feel inspired to seek presence as well. Furthermore, presence is crucial in addressing global challenges. Issues like climate change, social inequality, and armed conflicts are often exacerbated by a lack of collective awareness. When people are disconnected from the present moment, they make decisions based on short-term interests, ignoring long-term consequences. Presence, however, connects us with a broader vision. and reminds us of our shared responsibility toward each other and the planet. It is important to remember that the practice of presence is not a permanent state you achieve. It is an ongoing journey, full of highs and lows. There will be days when you feel deeply connected to the present moment and others when distractions, worries, and intense emotions challenge you. The key is not to judge your journey. Even in moments of disconnection, the simple choice to return to the present is powerful. Every conscious breath, every moment of mindfulness is a step toward a more aligned life. Presence is not about perfection. It is about authenticity. It is about being where you are, as you are, without the need to hide or try to be something different. It is an invitation to live fully, embracing all the highs and lows, joys and challenges that life brings. By embracing this practice, you discover that presence is more than a tool to improve your life. It is the very foundation of life. It is what makes every moment meaningful, every interaction genuine, and every experience valuable. And so, by living in the present, you not only transform your own life, you become a force for transformation in the world. This is the greatest contribution any of us can offer. Eckhart Tolle's teachings invite us into a new way of living, one where the present moment is honored as the space where all possibilities unfold. These teachings not only help us navigate the complexities of life, but also awaken a profound sense of belonging and purpose within us. As you reflect on these ideas, consider how the practice of presence can transform your own life. What insights resonated most with you? How can you apply these teachings to your daily life? Share your thoughts and experiences. Your journey may inspire others to embark on their own path of awakening and connection.